Gemini, this is your bridge week. Build the system that finally matches your bright mind. You are an air sign with quick hands and a quick heart. During 22nd to 30th September, the sky turns your curiosity into a working bridge. One side of the bridge is your base and your process. The other side is your calling in the world. You will feel both sides tug at you, like a kite pulled by two steady strings. If you steady your grip and keep your eyes on the knots, you fly higher. This is a week to make your ideas real, to show numbers for every promise, and to choose clean design over noise. Sun and Mercury travel together in Virgo, your fourth house. Early in the window, the Sun stands in Uttara Phalguni, third and fourth phases, a star of duty and fair agreements. It asks you to tighten one promise you made to yourself about your work or your home. From the 27th, the Sun shifts into Hasta, first and second phases, a handcraft star. It wants checklists, meat files, and tools that fit your hands. Mercury stays in Virgo and moves from the second and third phases of Hasta into the first phase of Chitra near the end. Hasta makes you customer-minded and careful. Chitra gives you a designer's eye and an architect's logic. Mercury is combust until the 30th, so signals are faint until it clears. Mars pushes through Libra in Swati, first and second phases. Swati is the free wind. It gives you negotiation skill and the courage to test an idea in small trials. Jupiter stands in Gemini in Punarvasu, third phase. Punarvasu is return to the true path. It enlarges your teaching voice and your ability to explain. Venus moves through Leo in Purva Phalguni, first and second phases, joined by Ketu. This star loves beauty and hospitality. With Ketu, it asks for elegant simplicity rather than show. Saturn and Neptune are retrograde together in Pisces. They sit in your 10th house like two strict examiners who ask for proof, receipts, and patient service. Rahu is in Aquarius and Ketu is in Leo, so belief and communication pull on each other like tides. Uranus retrogrades in Taurus and shakes your 12th house, the place of sleep, hidden costs, and private healing. Pluto retrogrades in Capricorn, your 8th house, and insists that shared resources and power be handled with clean hands. From the 22 to the 25, focus on drafts, checklists, and quiet repairs. The 26 to the 27 is the most sensitive span because the moon moves through Scorpio and feels heavy and reactive. Use it for cleanup and for endings. The 27 is also a strong day of closure in numerology because the day, the month, and the year each add to 9, which is the number of finishing and gratitude. The 29 to the 30th opens a bright window for agreements and announcements, especially after Mercury clears combustion on the 30th. Set seals then. Your mood will swing like a metronome between "let me fix the little screws" and "let me teach the big idea." Let both live. Imagine you are a chef who writes the recipe and also plates the dish. The mind wants data, structure, and tidy spaces. The heart wants meaning and a public message. When the moon crosses from water to fire and then to open skies in the last days, your confidence returns. Treat frustration as a blinking light that says, measure before you move. If someone pushes for a quick yes, remember that a clear no today protects your future yes. Your 4th house is crowded with Sun and Mercury in Virgo, opposite Saturn and Neptune retrograde in Pisces in your 10th house. This is the axis of process versus reputation. It is like installing new rails while the train is still running. Practical message: your career moves need documentation, not just charm. Make standard operating steps, name files clearly, and version control your drafts. Every promise to a client or manager should show a number, a time frame, and a way to check progress. If someone asks you to improvise, ask for a small pilot first. Mars in your 5th house sends energy into creative work mentoring, children's projects, and speculation. But Mars throws a special glance to your 8th house, where Pluto retrogrades, and to the 12th house, where Uranus retrogrades. Translation: any bold creative action should include a safety net and a clean trail of approvals. If you roll out a new feature, keep a rollback plan. If you negotiate a performance role or a campaign, use short contracts with review points. Jupiter in your 1st house gives you a bigger voice in meetings. People will look to you as a teacher or a translator of complex ideas. Yet Jupiter is in the sign of Mercury, which is not its friend, so your wisdom must be backed by well-labeled facts. When the moon moves through Sagittarius at the end of the window and stands across from Jupiter, you speak and the room listens. That is the time to pitch, to propose, or to publish. Saturn's steady aspect onto your 4th house keeps asking for compliance. If your work touches regulations, audits, or quality gates, treat those as your allies. Neptune in Pisces colors your public image with ideals. Guard against fog by showing your math and your logs. You will notice that simple, clear, human language will do more for your brand this week than fancy adjectives. Money follows the same story of clean systems. The moon rules your 2nd house of earnings and moves from Virgo to Libra to Scorpio to Sagittarius across the period. When the moon felt low in Scorpio, spend less and avoid shiny purchases. That dip is already past by the time the fire of Sagittarius arrives, and with it comes a better eye for deals and collections. Mars in the 5th house tempts risk. Let risk be small, measured, and reversible. Jupiter throws a supportive aspect to the 5th, so skillful bets with learning value are fine, but a casino approach is not. Rahu in the 9th and Ketu in the 3rd stretch the axis of belief and voice. In money terms, this means your pitch must match your values. If a revenue idea looks clever but violates your inner rule, pass. Pluto in the 8th house is powerful for joint finances and taxes. Keep shared budgets transparent. Ask for statements in writing. If you manage other people's money, double sign. Long-term investments that align with ethical filters can be studied now, but hold final signatures for the last day of the window when Mercury is clear and the mind is steady. Numerology adds a soft layer here. The period holds several days whose total energy leans toward building firm foundations and making measured change. Think of the number 4 as your toolbox, the number 5 as your bike that can take corners, and the number 9 as the room where you pack the boxes of old things and write thank you notes. Use these moods to budget, to cancel unused subscriptions, and to funnel small leaks into savings. Partnership sits in your 7th house of Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. With Jupiter in your 1st house, mirrors arrive everywhere. People reflect your own words back to you. This is good news because it helps you refine your message. The moon meets the 7th house at the end of the window, and at that moment, Jupiter looks back from the 1st house. This mutual look is like two wise friends nodding at each other across a table. It is an honest and fair space for agreements, romantic talks, or business terms. Saturn from the 10th house also looks at the 7th house, which adds a sober note. Bonds that respect time and boundaries grow. Bonds that want shortcuts feel strain. Venus with Ketu in your 3rd house cleans your communication style. You may speak less with more heart. Public posts do better when they are useful instead of flashy. If you are dating, choose calm meetings that let you hear each other. If you are in a long bond, make one shared plan that reduces stress at home, such as a simple weekly chore sheet. Friends from far away may reappear because Rahu activates your 9th house. Welcome them, but keep budgets clear when planning group trips or classes. Mars activates your 5th and also rules your 6th house of routine and health. This gives energy for exercise that mixes play and form, like dance or a brisk walk with intervals. The moon's low mood through Scorpio might have brought digestion sensitivity or sleep swings. That phase has passed, yet the lesson stays. Simple food, steady water, and light stretching keep your energy even. Uranus in the 12th house wants to change your sleep technology. Try a darker room, a colder setting, or a notebook by the bed for late ideas. Saturn's stare on your 4th house can stiffen the back and shoulders if you sit long. Use a timer to stand and to breathe. Neptune in the 10th can make caffeine feel stronger than usual, so notice your response. Emotional health improves whenever you turn a messy corner into a tidy corner. Your nervous system calms when folders are named well and cables are tied. That is not trivial this week. It is medicine. With Rahu in Aquarius and Jupiter blessing the 9th house by aspect, learning trips, pilgrimages, and travel for teaching or certification are favored, especially in the last 2 days. Plan early routes and backup routes because Uranus in the 12th likes surprise detours. If you must cross water or large crowds, keep documents wrapped and backed up digitally. Short trips for family or errands go best when your car or bike gets a quick check of the little things. The sky asks for modest bags and early lists. This is a strong week for students, writers, designers, coders, and anyone who makes a thing that others use. Mars in the 5th house gives fire to create. Jupiter's glance warms this fire with wisdom. Mercury in Virgo edits with care and lays down clean structure. If you are a student, build a small library of quick notes that you can reuse later. If you are an artist, think of beauty as clarity. If you code, aim for legible names and comments that any teammate can read. Put a little why under every how. The best projects now are those that can be tested in short loops. Think of a musician who records a verse, listens, tweaks, and records again. That style suits you perfectly under this sky. Home life benefits from lists, labels, and a gentle clean-out. The sun in your 4th house gives authority to domestic choices. Mercury there organizes. Saturn across from it keeps asking, is this safe? Is this legal? Is this fair to all? Answer with good sense. Repair one small appliance or one drawer. Recheck property papers or rental terms if needed. If you share space, set a kind rota that protects everyone's quiet time. Children and young ones may need a balanced blend of freedom and structure because Mars heats the 5th house. Give them projects with a clear finish line. If grandparents or elders call, listen and take notes. They stand under the Saturn-Neptune mix and may bring stories that soften the whole family. The lesson of the week is to unite head and hands. The reason behind any struggle you felt earlier is simple. Your ideas were ahead of your process. Karma now asks you to stitch the two. You are meant to learn that freedom becomes larger when rules are clear. You are also meant to speak honestly, even if the truth is simple and plain. A clean not now protects your future, yes. Where endings visit, they are acts of mercy. Where beginnings ask to be born, they will bring steady growth if they start with a small pilot and a logbook. You are a bridge this week, Gemini. One end rests in tidy daily life. The other end rests in meaningful public work. Walk back and forth with a pocket notebook. Translate dreams into steps and steps back into dreams. Sign important things when your mind is calm at the end of the window. Keep your voice warm and your facts neat. Choose simple beauty over noise. If you do this, you will not only move forward, you will teach others how to move with you.